Good morning. If we haven't met, my name's Emily. I have 4 kids, age 6 and under, and during the week, it's just me. My husband works away. So when it comes to mornings, I have to have a pretty good grasp on them to get us all out the door on time. My first thing that I do is make sure I have a few minutes by myself. Even if I'm just scrolling and checking emails and not doing anything productive, it's really important to have a few minutes of quiet before the crazy starts. I've been trying out this hair bonnet to go with my heatless curlers to see if it results in smoother hair, and while I think it does work, it definitely makes me look a bit odd in the morning, so you'll have to take that with a grain of salt. Best case scenario, I make sure I get dressed and do my teeth and wash my face and all that stuff before I go out to deal with the kids. Otherwise, I find if there's a bit of a bottleneck knowing I have to come back into my room and get all that done once the kids are up and busy. It doesn't always happen, but it's what I work towards, and sometimes I just can't be bothered. Heatless curlers are my go-to for my hair. It makes it look slightly more like I've put some effort in, even though it only takes a couple of minutes. Clothes-wise, I am super basic, just a top or t-shirt and shorts or jeans depending on the weather. And if I can be bothered, I'll throw on a little bit of BB cream and do my eyebrows and put on some lip gloss. My fringe is the problem. Trying to get that to sit straight is just not going to work. So I'll have clips in my hair for most of the morning trying to make it lie flat. And I'll just loosen up the curls in my hair as I go and see how they end up. I'm not really going anywhere special today, but I am trying to make sure that I'm not avoiding the mirror. Next up, I am going to make my bed. I am one of those people who reckons a made bed makes a big difference to the way we feel in the day. It's nice to walk into my bedroom and see that smooth. Otherwise, every time I come through my door, it feels like there's an undone job hanging over me, even if nobody else is going to see it. So I feel like that's something nice I can do for myself. I don't really go in for a lot of fancy throw pillows and stuff. I just can't be bothered moving them out of the way. So it's a very quick job. My second tip for the mornings after doing something for myself first is to start with a clean slate. So last night I tidied up the kitchen and made sure that the flat surfaces were clear, and I put my planner out where I had written down what I was going to do for breakfast so that I'm not scrambling at the last minute. Come out, wake up the house. The kids will be awake downstairs, but I'm not dealing with them yet. My kids are really young and they're actually very early risers, but they're not allowed to come upstairs for breakfast until 6:15. So before then, I'm just making a start on this morning's breakfast, which is just granola, yogurt and cereal, and then I'm going down to greet the busy little people who are already in the midst of their own activities. Just why? Making your bed?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, Freddie, beautiful job on yours. Lincoln's doing his bed.
There.
Yeah.
Some of this.
Okay, have you got your clothes?
Nothing to that.
You need to grab your clothes.
Nothing to that.
Who's in here? Hello. How are you? Did you have a nice sleep? How are we going up here?
And Mom,
You guys unpacking the dishwasher? Thank you.
only a little bit.
Only a little bit. The kids are required to bring their clothes upstairs in the morning, except for the baby, and it really depends on the day as to whether they are dressed before breakfast or afterwards. I don't mind because generally the clothes are cleaner if they get dressed afterwards, but it does make us quicker in the morning if we get dressed first. Try and do Violet's hair at the table because that is a little bit calmer. And then I move on to making lunches while they are still eating because the kitchen's already a mess and I can just do it all in one go. The next tip on my list is to have the basics prepared. So you can see here that I've got my trays of chopped up fruit and vegetables, and then I've got all my lunch meats and things stacked out in containers so that putting lunch boxes together is just a quick sort of mix and match exercise. We use bento style lunch boxes and we aim to have something with protein, a fruit, a veggie, something sort of snacky or crunchy, and then making sure we've got sort of a main thing. But for me, the priority is getting some protein into them. And then when I have finished packing the lunch boxes, I can just pack away all the breakfast things and all of the lunch packing things at once. Stack the dishwasher. I can highly recommend having dish drawers, by the way, they really add to the efficiency. And then I can clean down the kitchen, and the first shift of the day in the kitchen is done. If you're a parent, you'll know that the kitchen is the one area of the house that you just never stop using when you have small kids. But I do like to bring it back to a clean slate after every use if I can. That is the goal. It doesn't always work out that way. I was originally going to leave the sound on for this part so that my daughter's piano practice was in the film, and then I realized that the background was me negotiating with the 2-year-old whether he needed to go to the potty. And I mean, that's just part of everybody's life, isn't it? We don't necessarily need to hear more of that. So another thing I am constantly on about in the mornings, and the way I would phrase this as a tip, is that we talk about have tos before want tos. So obviously kids have a hard time understanding that the quicker they get through their list of things that they have to do, the more time they'll have to play. But by just saying have tos before want tos, we know that we have to get hair, teeth and sunscreen done. We have to, for Violet, practice the piano, and then we can have time to play. Keeping the 2-year-old on track is probably the hardest part of that morning, but you know, we just keep that message going the whole time. Violet chose to do her piano practice straight after breakfast this morning, and then she's come back up to do her teeth. Her hair is done from the breakfast table. Again, that's something that works best but doesn't always happen. I always have a turn brushing my kids' teeth because it's important to make sure that they are actually properly clean, and they don't obviously know how to do a great job yet. You should be brushing them for them till they're about 7 or 8. And then she is stuck into a book. This was a morning where she and Freddie were both quite calm and cooperative. Some mornings do not look like that in the slightest. It's just luck of the draw, how they're feeling when they wake up. Tessa does not have an outfit on because she got breakfast all over what she was wearing, so she needs to get dressed. And Lincoln is arguing over whatever I'm asking him to do, probably brush his teeth. He was not feeling quite so cooperative this morning. This morning, our have tos before want tos went very smoothly, and so the kids had plenty of time to do an activity before school. We don't do screens in the morning. We might have a little bit of TV in the evening, but it's pretty limited. At the moment, are very into the Love Every reading kits. There's a lot of literacy activities that they really love, so they were straight into working on those. Freddie's doing a starting sounds activity board, and Violet's building compound words out of these little cards. And in the background, I am trying to help Lincoln with a matching activity. The kits are way too old for him, but he feels like he has to be part of things. So I just try and modify an activity so that he can do something that's related, even if it's not the intended use of that activity. And in the background, Tessa is wandering around on the floor making a mess, which is fine. It was nice to be able to sit down and do something with them this morning because I'd already got myself dressed. Usually I'm rushing back into my room at this point. What do you want to do? What are you going to do with it?
Put on shelf.
Oh, okay.
Is this on the third bar?
Haha, you got it.
One more day.
Yeah. One more game? Okay, let's take these ones out and we'll do a different one.
I'll do it then.
Yeah, you can do it again.
That's different time. That's different time.
Okay. Hi, where are you going? Yeah, go dummy. Very nice. Okay, we've got 5 more minutes to play, so when Violet has finished her matching, then it'll be time to load up the car.
But what if I need to still do this?
But, hey, you know what? There are so many cards, Fred. You won't get them all done this morning, but you can do more after school. Come on, buddy. As soon as you finish that page, I want you to come down. Let's go, Link. And this is where my last tip of the morning comes in, which is to build in buffer time. So even though everybody had done what they needed to do and things were going quite smoothly, we got to that final part of the morning, which is go downstairs, pack your bag and get in the car, and things ground to a halt. Now, I do try and keep in mind that getting in the car is not just walking down the stairs and getting in the car. It's probably 10 to 15 minutes of last minute negotiation, reminders, especially for Freddie, who gets stuck into whatever he's doing. Right here, I'm trying to convince Lincoln to take a couple of bits of laundry, and he's having to have an extended conversation about it. So yeah, building in some buffer time means that you are still leaving on time and you're not surprised by the fact that it takes 15 minutes to get kids in the car, when in your head loading up the car should really only take a minute or two. I didn't have this on my list of tips for this video, but we keep all our getting out the door stuff in one central location, which is the hall cupboard right near the garage door. We are lucky to have a large under the stairs Harry Potter-esque cupboard. All the shoes are in there. Each kid has a zone for their bags, water bottles, hats, folders, everything they need for the day. And even with it quite simple, it can still take a lot of time. So having it organized is definitely a bonus. As you can see, Lincoln only has one shoe. The other one could be in the car, it could be in his room. Honestly, who knows? Where's Violet?
Here.
Oh, can we do up a couple buttons on your cardi?
No.
Go jump in the car. In the car, mister.
Mother, what?
You got a single crock of yours and a single crock of Violet's. Efficient. Got my box for bags. We took the seat out. Okay, have a great day, darling.
Not me.
No, you're staying home with me today. Why? Not big enough for school yet, mate. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed seeing our morning routine with 4 kids, 6 and under, and I'll see you back here next time. Have a great day.